any kind of an online business have been eliminated because of the way that we've put this together. So there's no reliance on Amazon, there's no reliance on Facebook, there's no need to worry about inventory, there's no dealing with China, and it's very different to anything that anyone else is talking about online, and it's something that you can use to create an immediate and positive cash flow. And as I mentioned, it's very simple. There are just 4 steps, and you're going to see what those steps are in a few moments time here. And by the way, it's completely pandemic proof. Anik was talking about this at the start of the workshop. What we've seen over the past few months is the amount of retail that's done online has jumped up from, I think it was around about 18% to actually above 30% now. So 1/3 of all retail is done online. It used to be less than 1/5 even just a few months ago. So what this whole pandemic has done is it has accelerated a trend. Okay, so every year more and more people were doing their shopping online and doing more things and spending more time online. But this whole pandemic has really accelerated that. And it was going to happen anyway, but it's been accelerated. So this is a trend that's here to stay. A lot of people that are shopping online now are not going to go back to shopping offline as much anyway, because they've realized that they can do a lot of what they used to do offline, they can actually do it online. So habits are changing. It's certainly been a difficult few months for many people, but what we've seen in our business, in this business, is that traffic and conversions and profits have skyrocketed. And you're going to see why that is and the types of products that we're selling and things like that as we get in here. And at the end of the workshop, we do actually have a free gift for everyone. So stick around to get a special link to that right at the end of the call here, okay? So one last important note, and this is something that we need to mention here, our results and the results of our students are not typical. You know, we can't guarantee that you'll have the same success as us. We simply couldn't do that because we don't know your situation. We don't know your lifestyle, your background, your work habits, or anything like that. However, we can show you the potential here, okay? And we're going to do our absolute best to make sure that we give you a good representation and show you the steps that we work through. So if that sounds good to you guys, if you're ready for this, give me a agree in the question box. And with that said, we will dive in here. And Steve, on that note, I'll invite you to take the screen away from me. And loads of people are typing agree in, so that's great. Thanks, guys. I'm going to be here in the background for a little while Steve goes through some of the information here, and I'll be back on later to talk you through the steps. So, Steve, I'm seeing your screen. I think you're good to go there.
Awesome. Thanks, Aiden. Okay, man. Well, I hope you are thinking about your options for, building a successful business. And obviously, I'm guessing one of the reasons you want to do that is you want to get some cash in the door. I hope you're thinking this way because I gave a talk a couple weeks ago to a bunch of folks, and I asked them, I said, how many of you people are feeling insecure right now? And I just said, hey, type that into the chat box if you're insecure during this time because, you've either been furloughed, you've been laid off, or you're worried that, that's going to happen. And not a shocker, I'll bet. Lots of people are feeling insecure. And I can tell you that the number one way to get rid of that feeling, the number one way to become secure is to control your own destiny. It is not to have some high-paying job with a great company because tomorrow that company can just lay you off, right? We've seen that time and time again. Maybe it didn't used to be that, 40 years ago. People stayed with one company forever and so on and so forth. But so anyway, long story short, if you're one of those people who are feeling insecure, or heck, even if you feel secure right now, guess what? You still need to have control of your own destiny because, as we've seen, you can wake up tomorrow morning and the whole friggin' world is nuts, right? So in order to feel secure, in order to take control, you've got to be thinking about what are my options to build my own business, because that's how you do it. And there are tons of different ways to build, your own online businesses. These are probably the most popular ones. Amazon FBA, or it's called, private label. You make your own products, manufacture your own goods, sell them on Amazon. Amazon wholesale, affiliate marketing, selling info products. I'm guessing, I don't even have to ask. I am certain that lots of you folks either know about these models, or you've tried some of them. Maybe you've had success with them. Some maybe you've not had success with them. Again, fairly common. And all of these models are great. Okay, we do all of them along with lots of other ones. Onyx said he runs 7 companies. I think that we're at 6 right now. So we all do all sorts of different models, and they all work, and they can produce huge profits. And we do 7 figures in absolutely every single one of them. But what's happening now is that they are most of these models, many of them, and the variations on them are becoming harder and harder for beginners, certainly, and for people to really make progress quickly. Because there are just these newer barriers to entry. Things are getting more complicated. Competition is an issue too, but I never like to blame anything on competition. I just think there's so much room to go, to go around out there that competition's not usually that big of a deal. But there are obstacles, right? And they're getting more complicated, these barriers to entry. And what happens then is people have a failure to see results fast. And that's why people give up. I mean, we have taught tens of thousands of people over the last decade. And the single biggest reason why people give up is they just don't see, results fast enough. So if you look at some of the key obstacles of some of these business models, if you're starting your own brand with Amazon private label or FBA or whatever you want to call it, you need a lot of capital. And you're talking about buying a lot of stock up front. Maybe 500 units at the low end, maybe 5,000 units at the high end, because that's what the factory requires. So, that's thousands and thousands of dollars. It could take a long time to get that product. When we ship stuff by sea, which we do all the time because it's cheaper, and so we make more money. We might place an order. Well, in fact, not might. This is how it works. We place all of our Christmas orders, okay, next month. In July, and we do that because stuff has to be manufactured. It has to be sent to our office in China. It has to be quality checked. It has to be repackaged. It has to be shipped over the ocean. Maybe that takes 60 days. I mean, so it takes a really long time to get all these things set up, to get stuff moving, and then you don't really start to make money until you start to turn over the merchandise. So it's a long time. You've got Amazon wholesale, where you're selling essentially other people's goods, you're not manufacturing, so it's a lot quicker. It's a lot easier to do certain things, but you've got a lot more legal issues with dealing with wholesalers and different suppliers instead of manufacturers, and there's lots of things to deal with right there. And then the margins are not as high because you're not the manufacturer, and so you're dealing with the ever-growing Amazon fees, which I can tell you, after many years of selling on Amazon, we're all getting a little sick and tired of, because they're just getting out of hand. Affiliate marketing, great, awesome model. There's not a lot of barriers to entry there as far as time or investment or anything. The problem with that is that it's you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you find your prince. That's really what it's all about. I always, when I talk about affiliate marketing, I talk about it being, you're like a home run hitter. You're going to strike out a lot, okay? But, when you hit that home run, it's going to be awesome, and you're going to, run around the bases, and everybody's going to high-five you. So it's good stuff. But, again, that speaks to that barrier of, I can't make quick results. So, it's going to be tempting to just kind of throw in the towel. And it's also, at the end of the day, with affiliate marketing, you're always really building someone else's business, because you don't own the product, you don't control the brand or anything like that. So you're just building their business. Information products are awesome. The digital products are fantastic. But you do need some time, to create those products, and that can be costly if you're doing it, if you're outsourcing it or something like that. And you need some special expertise in, copywriting and marketing and things like that. So there are definitely barriers to entry for those. Again, I want to make sure that everybody understands, these obstacles can be overcome. Absolutely. And I don't, we love all of these business models. But if somebody came to me and said, geez, I really need to, make a difference fast. I'm starting out from scratch, or I want to open up a whole new, revenue channel in my portfolio of online businesses, and I want fast results. I want, something that's a sure thing. These things all have these obstacles. And in addition to that, right, the other thing that these business models all share is traffic. And you could certainly say that for every business model, but all of these business models share the usual suspects of traffic, right? And if you can't nail traffic, then it's over, right? I don't care if you've got the best product in the world. I don't care if you have the best restaurant, the best retail shop with the best stuff in it. If nobody ever visits your shop or your website, you're never going to make any sales. It's just not going to happen. And when we're talking about these traditional business models that people think about, when they look to, take control of their own destiny, these are the typical traffic methods, the usual suspects of traffic methods that go along with them, right? You've got Facebook, you've got Amazon's ecosystem with their paid traffic and their organic search. You've got Google AdWords specifically. You've got search engine optimization. There are other traffic sources. We've got Pinterest, LinkedIn, Instagram, all sorts of other things. But these, by and large, these are just gravy. Maybe I would add YouTube in there now for sure. There's a lot of traffic there. But these other traffic sources are gravy. And in order to have a successful business, you've got to nail one or more of these four traffic methods, or at least you used to have to. We're going to be talking about something different tonight here, but you used to have to nail one of these four traffic sources, and the problem is that used to be okay, because it was fairly easy to do. Facebook and Amazon paid ads and organic traffic and Google AdWords and even SEO used to be pretty simple. But what's happened over the years is that these traffic sources have become much, much more powerful, which is good. But along with that power has come incredible complexity, which is bad. And it is really bad for a beginner, and it is really bad for someone who wants to see results quickly. So the good news about traffic, right? Because I'm kind of a Debbie Downer here on my prospects for traffic, is that what we're sharing with you here now is kind of a secret traffic source. It's funny. It's like a known secret because it's been around for a really long time, which is great because it's stable. But not a lot of people use it, because they're like sort of hooked on these usual suspects that everybody talks about, and everybody's is tempted to write 15 books on because they're so complicated. Whereas the traffic source we're talking about is easy. And all of the problems, and we'll talk about the individual issues with some of those, with the traffic sources, the complexity, all of those problems are gone. It's easy to get, it's predictable, which is key, it's scalable, it's targeted, it's reliable, it's immediate, it is a cheap source of traffic, there's a lot of it, and it's incredibly targeted. What we say in marketing is, the people that are the traffic has high commercial intent. They have their credit card out, they're ready to buy your stuff. Okay, and that's the holy grail of what you want of traffic. You want it cheap, you want a lot of it, and you want targeted, high commercial intent. But what you also want is easy, easy to get. And while these ones all are, have a lot of traffic and are and have high commercial intent, they're not cheap anymore, and it's not easy. Okay, and so that's the difference. That's what we're talking about here. So I'm now going to read to you every single thing on this slide. No, I'm not, I promise. Look, we've been doing e-commerce for a really, really long time. And, in internet years, it's probably like 100 years, right? We started even, before 2007. We ran out of room on the slide. And we still do pretty much every sort of, well, the model in the upper left, the 2007 model, has kind of been replaced, but we still do all of these things. So it's not like, we're looking at this and we're saying, oh, well, this, doesn't work anymore, didn't work, or whatever. What we're doing here is we're evolving over time into a collection of kind of best practices, and that's what really the Kibo code is all about. We want to preserve all of the good things about the different models that we've had experience with, over the last 10 or 15 years, and what we and all the issues, the challenges that we found. Essentially, we want to make sure that we get rid of, and so by the time you get through 10 or 15 years of doing all this, and you get to 2020, and we talk about the Kibo code, we've kept all of the good parts about all of the different variations of e-commerce, and we've doubled down on those, right? And all of the obstacles, the areas where people had trouble, the areas that have gotten harder over time of these 10 to 15 years, and where people have experienced obstacles and have been tempted to give up, we've gotten rid of every single one of them. Okay, so it's fast. We don't have reliance on China. We don't have a reliance on Amazon. We don't have to deal with Facebook advertising. And many of you are saying, well, why not? Why is Facebook advertising great? It is great, but there are problems with it, and I'll expand on that. No legal issues, no reseller certificates required for suppliers, no U.S. companies required, even though no matter where you are, and again, this is a good time to mention, this is perfect for anyone anywhere in the world, can use this model and market to the U.S. Market, okay? Which for now is still a good place, okay? And so what we're talking about here, the Kibo code, is it's different, it's unique, it's revolutionary, because you don't have these areas, these obstacles that you have to climb over that in the past have caused people to not get results or not get results fast enough, So you don't need to create a product of your own. You don't need to get into Facebook. You don't need to deal with Amazon's pay-per-click or their organic listings or their ever-rising fees. You don't need to deal with company setups. You don't need permissions, certificates, licenses. You don't have to deal with overseas suppliers. You don't have to deal with capital issues. You don't have to buy any of the inventory up front, so you don't need all that. You can do it from anywhere, okay? One of the other nice things about this business model, normally, I don't know about you, I'm guessing that many of you have experienced, sort of business opportunity courses in the past for online, and almost all of them start with, okay, first, pick a niche, pick a market. And it's not that that's bad, but I don't know about you, but I'm getting kind of tired of hearing about that, But that's the normal path, You start with a market or niche, and then you look for products in that niche, and then you build up a whole website and a brand around that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all. It's just potentially not the path of least resistance. It's not the quickest point from where you are to making money, okay? So what is, all right? And so let me give you a different slant on this that we learned, believe it or not, when we went to Japan. So in this model, we do the opposite. We don't do any market or niche research. We use these simple, scalable websites, and we focus on building mega stores. So we sell any type of product. I don't care what it is. I don't care what niche it is. We put them all together. It doesn't really matter. Only thing that matters is that they're profitable, okay? And we know that going in. We've got, software and tools that tell us that, okay, we can buy it for this because we have, the relationship with the supplier, and we know we're going to be able to sell it for this. And so that's the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter whether they're, part of a bigger niche or market. And the inspiration for this, we can't really take credit for. We are always, as Anik mentioned, we spend a lot of time thinking and experimenting and researching. And then our business model for one of our companies is whatever works for any of our other companies, as long as it works, we'll do it. And so that's the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter whether they're, part of a bigger niche or market. And the inspiration for this, we can't really take credit for. We are always, as Anik mentioned, we spend a lot of time thinking and experimenting and researching. And then our business model for one of our companies is whatever works for any of our other companies, we package it up, and we teach it as well. And so we're always looking for new variations and different ways to do things. And one of those research trips took us to Tokyo. And this model is an incredibly proven model. It's built on a chain of famous brick and mortar stores in Japan called Don Quixote. And we went and visited these stores, and I'll tell you, it's an experience. They make billions of dollars every year, and they sell every type of product you could imagine. One of the ones that we were in Tokyo is, I think it was like 10 floors, but it's like this general store sort of thing. It's everything from towels to TVs to trench coats to Tamagotchis. You never know what's going to be around the corner. It's a very interesting experience. And so they essentially they load up their storefront. They have relationship with all these suppliers. They do some research up front, and they say, all right, we're gonna filter. We know we're gonna try out and experiment products that are that we can buy for like $5, and we think we can probably sell those for like $20. And they load up their storefronts with these different products, and they see what sells the best. And then they place the best-selling products in the more visible places, and they just remove the ones that don't sell. And they just continue this process. They just add things. They do research. They work with their suppliers. They have software like ours, that goes in and sort of analyzes all the different products they could sell. But they continue to go through this. They add, they test, they replace, they optimize, and at the end of the day, right, they have this store stacked full of products that all convert like gangbusters. It's really, really cool. Okay. And we do, so when we were looking at this model and thinking about it and researching and sort of reverse engineering, we realized that as well as this model works for brick and mortar, boy, would it work even better online, and it's a big difference because you don't have to worry about shelf space. Shelf space online is infinite. That's the strength of Amazon. So it's a very, very different, and you don't have to worry about rents and employees and so we do the same model online. We test these products in multiple niches, and we have this unique traffic source where we can immediately position these products at the top of the search engines for the most profitable keywords. By the way, without knowing what the most profitable keywords are, right? Because if we had to figure that out, that would slow us down and also introduce an obstacle. We don't have to know what they are, but we are guaranteed that we are at the top of the search engines for the most profitable keywords. I'll explain, I promise. And so we're able to target people who are looking to buy these products and get instant traffic. And so you get even better than having to worry about people coming off the street. We are guaranteed to get potential buyers in to quickly test out these products and do the same thing. Okay, so we just eliminate the products that don't sell, and so you end up with an online store of products that all convert to sales and profits. And I'm telling you guys, it only takes like 60 seconds to set that up to get this traffic coming in. It's crazy. We can test that quickly. All right, and I'll explain why, okay, and how. And so you make money almost instantly. I mean, when Anik was talking about that, it's absolutely true. And the reason is, it's very simple. It's not magic. The reason you make money fast is you get traffic instantly, period. Okay. So then you scale, and so we don't have to worry about market research or product creation or inventory or Facebook ads or Amazon, as we said. And we don't also don't have to worry about the complexities of getting this traffic, which is key. Again, I think the best example of that, as I mentioned, we are going to be at the top of the search engines for the most profitable keywords for these products without knowing what the most profitable keywords are, which sounds ridiculous, and yet it's true, and I'll explain. So, I mean, the results, I mean, we've got all sorts of, examples. They're just crazy. I mean, 30-day sales periods, 2 different stores, 353,000, 260,000. I mean, these are phenomenal results. And it really does. I mean, there are different parts of the whole recipe, but boy, is traffic, being able to get that traffic easily and right away is so key. And the other thing is this whole thing about, just liberating yourself from, geez, I got to pick a niche, and I hope I pick the right niche, and what if the niche changes, and what if, that sort of thing. Like, geez, I mean, like, give you an example. Like one of our big products is kind of in the travel category. One of our physical products. So, I mean, that's obviously one area of our business that took a hit, because travel is down so dramatically. The good news is that everything else was up so much that it didn't matter. But that's the power of, sell one product in one niche, or you could sell 50 profitable products in, 50 niches or 20 niches or 10, it doesn't matter, and make, 50 times as much money. I've been rambling a lot. Is it? Give me a make sense in the chat box. Just give me or something. All right, here we go. Okay, cool. Thank you. Awesome, excellent. Thanks, guys. Makes it a little bit easier to hear some feedback. I appreciate that. Thank you. So what do you need? So I've talked a big game here. I've talked a lot about it. So what are the parts that you need in order to kind of make this happen? You really need three pieces. A platform that converts, a website, you need products, right? And you need that traffic. So, the first thing is to install your store. And this may seem, there are a million different places you can go and you can open up an online store, right? You can go to Shopify, you can go to, Wix, you can go to, WordPress. I don't even know. There's a million of them. And then there's a million different themes and all that kind of stuff. And anybody can open a store in like about 2 minutes. So why would we have anything of value to offer? Well, I'll tell you what, marketing, as many times as people think marketing is an art, it's not. It's a science. And absolutely every single thing on a theme, meaning the font, the colors, the way the images are presented, the way the buttons look, the checkout process, every single little thing has an impact, good or bad, on whether visitors to the site become buyers or not. And that is the science of marketing, okay? And so, yes, you can quickly do it, and you have thousands of different themes and colors and all sorts of things you can pick from, but how do you know which one's going to work, right? Because they are not all the same. Every single time you make a change, you will impact conversion rate. You will impact whether your store is successful. Every single time you make a change. So what we have is a theme, a template, for our stores that it is the culmination of 15 years of best practices, of science, of testing, and saying yes, this is what works. Okay. So, but you need a store, and you need a good theme, and you need products. And what's really important is that you do the research up front, so that you are reasonably certain that this product would be successful. And that's fairly straightforward conceptually, because you kind of have to know, okay, what can I buy it for? What can I sell it for? And what is the demand for that product, right? You can sort of see, if you knew all three of those things conceptually, it's pretty easy to say, well, those are the products I should be trying to sell, right? But getting to that is hard, okay? So, we've got special software and relationships with suppliers and an enormous database of millions of products, right, that have the listings done and have all this data there, where we know those things. Okay, so we can quickly and easily get those products, put them in the store. And then there's the traffic, right? And here you're paying cheap traffic, you're paying cheap clicks, but they're going to work. You absolutely know. Or recently, there has actually even been a free version of this traffic source that we use. And I'll tell you more about that in just a minute. So that is pretty exciting. And that's happened just since in the last 3 months or so. It was a move that was largely brought about by this pandemic. And it was, I'll talk about it in a little bit. And then you're just making sales and profits, and you're testing things. You're running the show, and you're doing the Don Quixote method at that point, and then you're repeating and you're scaling. And as you add more products or you build more stores, it doesn't actually matter which direction you go. There's some pros and cons, but you're talking about going from $100 to a day to 1,000 to 2,500 and beyond. I mean, the math is pretty straightforward. If you figure that like one sale or one product, could conservatively bring in like 12 sales a day, right? That's kind of like a winner. That's great. That's a good product. And maybe you're selling it for $70. So in month one, maybe you just have one of those products and you're bringing in $840 in revenue a day at 50% margin. Okay. And then maybe in month two, you haven't done anything for 30 days as far as adding products. You add a second one. So now you're at $1,680 a day. And then month three, you add the third one. Now you're over $2,500 per day. And again, you're talking about product margins that can be as high as 50%, but even if they're, 30 to 50%, these are enormous numbers. So the traffic source. Okay. So what the hell am I talking about that's so magical? It's the Google shopping platforms and the Bing shopping platforms. They are incredibly easy to use. Nobody builds businesses around them. They've been around forever. They haven't changed. The Facebook interface changes. Literally, you could be working on a Facebook campaign, and the interface will change, mid-edit. I mean, it's unbelievable. And, the interface for the Google shopping platform, the Bing shopping platform, and I'll talk about it in a minute, hasn't changed in like a decade because it's so easy. There aren't any options. So when there aren't any options, right? Because remember I said you don't even have to know the keywords, then there's not a lot to change. But, Facebook has become, and AdWords and SEO, they've all have become so complicated that they are incredibly huge barriers to entry for absolutely everyone. I can tell you right now, look, I am by any measure a successful internet marketer and an expert in internet marketing. But let me tell you, if a business had to depend upon me to be the one generating Facebook traffic, we'd all be screwed because I haven't been able to keep up with being an expert. We have employees that are experts because that's all they do, right? And, with Facebook as an example, there is so much to learn. And every single day it's changing. 11 ad types, 28 ad positions, different calls to action buttons, split tests, pixels, building all these audiences. And, oh my God, it's crazy. And then the other thing, right, is you need like a fine arts degree in graphic design nowadays because these viral, quote unquote, amateur, quote unquote, ads are so professional and so well done. The game has changed, guys. No longer can we rely on Steve's graphic design ability, which, basically taps out at doing stick figures, right? So you can't do that. You can't get away with it. You're not going to be able to get the traffic. It's just not going to work. And then you think, oh, okay, well, that's great. I'll just do SEO. Let me get a book. It's 1,000 pages to read the damn book on SEO. You think there's some complexity there? For God's sakes, yeah. Oh, and here's the other nice thing. The minute that book is written and published, it's out of date. Okay? So, and these are they're just examples, right, of the fact that these traffic sources, while on the one hand, it's amazing opportunity because we have never before had such power at our fingertips. And so when we hire an employee who's an expert in SEO or in Facebook, we can get a lot out of it. I'm not suggesting these are not good traffic sources. They are amazing traffic sources, but they are not for the beginner, and they are not for someone who wants to get results quickly and easily. They are not. None of them are. Okay? But the Google and Bing shopping platforms, they are exactly that. They are designed to be easy, and yet they still have all of the good things. You've got a lot of traffic, you get it cheap, and now you can get it free, which is really cheap, and high commercial intent. And it's this complex, I was showing you all these things with, all these different things you have to worry about, and audiences and pixels and all that sort of stuff, and then you've got to worry about all the graphic design and all that kind of stuff. With Google and Bing, it's this easy. You go to Google or Bing and you say, hey, I have a hamster cage to sell. And Google says, great, drop in the link of where it is on your site. Okay, boom. And then Google will say, okay, I'm going to make sure that I send you targeted buyers. Why, thank you very much, Google. That is all you do. That is all you do. Okay? So that's why you can know that your product is going to show up at the top of the search engines for the top performing keywords, meaning the ones with the highest commercial intent, without even knowing about them. Because you just tell Google to do it for you and Bing to do it for you. And guys, who better than to wade through the complexity, right, of where I should show your ad than freaking Google or Bing, you know? They're the ones that wrote all the algorithms, for crying out loud. So that is the extent of all you need to do is you need to say, I got one of these for sale, sell it for me. And Google says, okay, I got you. That's it. And this traffic source has been around for, I should look up the exact date, but it's a decade or so. And it hasn't changed. It hasn't gone away. It hasn't gotten more expensive. It hasn't gotten more competitive. And it hasn't gotten more complex because it's perfect. And recently, they opened up, they want to be Amazon. And they saw an opportunity with the pandemic. And they said, look, our timeline of everybody moving to online purchases, as Aiden was saying, I think earlier, our timeline has moved up. It's no longer 5-10 years, it's today. And so they said, you know what? We're going to open up our Google Shopping platform for free. And we're going to allow advertisers like Aiden and Steve and their Kibo students to do stuff like this at no cost. Okay? And we've been playing with that, and sure enough, it is true. And we will show you how to do that as well. So that's the system in a nutshell. And we've been using it for years, to generate huge profits. But, as we've all been alluding to, this pandemic, has changed everything, at least in one way for the better, right? And that's traffic conversions and profits for online sales. It's anybody you ask will tell you this, and it's kind of like Black Friday every day. This is a good indicator. It's Shopify global traffic, so it gives you an idea of smaller e-commerce sites, the traffic they're getting, and you can see way back in Black Friday and Cyber Monday the spikes, and those spikes are what we're seeing now consistently, right? Because people have simply, as Aiden said, people have it's just accelerated a trend that was already very positive for us. And companies like Google have affirmed that by saying, look, again, with this Google Shopping, what we thought was going to be 5 to 10 year plan, it's happening tomorrow. Let's move. So nearly half of global consumers don't expect to resume shopping in brick and mortar shops, maybe ever. It's fundamental. It's serious stuff that's going on out there. And it means this, an incredible opportunity. And what great timing, right? Because look, we have got to all be to the point where we can answer secure instead of insecure. We need to do that for ourselves.
Guys, give me some feedback in the question box just before I dive in here. Is this all making sense? Give me a 1 if this is making sense to you. And while you're doing that, give me a me in the question box if you have learned something here today that you didn't know before. Maybe it's about the amount of traffic that these websites are getting. Maybe it was about this new way of selling with e-commerce. Maybe maybe it was just about Google Shopping even, and the shopping platforms and how they are exploding. Give me a me if you've picked something up here. Maybe it's given you a light bulb moment, one of those ideas where you think, hey, this is something that I could potentially get on the bandwagon with. Yep. Okay, fantastic. And look, we're just scratching the surface. We've got a lot more to cover. And what I want to do before we get into more information is give you a quick recap here. So this is the system that Steve has been explaining is a one-time setup. So you set it up one time, and then you're able to leverage it over and over and over again. And we don't talk to customers. You never need to see or handle the products that you're selling yourself. A lot of people are asking, what's the profit margin? We typically aim for a 50% profit margin. 40% is also fine. So if we sell something for $100, and I'll give you some examples soon, then you would typically have $40 to $50 profit there. So you don't have to, see or handle any of the products. It's not a hope-based Russian roulette approach to traffic either. It's very, very systematic. It's scientific, as Steve was saying. And you already know what your projected profit is going to be before you start running ads. Who here has ever felt like they're just running ads and it's almost like you're driving blindfolded because you don't know how much you're going to spend? Well, that's not the case with what we're doing here, okay? There are no traffic issues. There's very, very low risk. There's virtually zero competition, and saturation is a complete non-issue with this business model. I know it's an issue for some online business models, but for this business model, it's a complete non-issue. You get very high profit margins, as I mentioned a moment ago. You get rapid results, and there are no supply headaches. And you only need a handful of successful products to start making some great money. Just a couple of products could realistically give you $100,000 per year business at that point, okay? And, just 3 winning products could equate to over $850,000 per year. And with the average margin being 50%, then that would mean $425,000 cash in the bank. Can you see the potential here? Give me a 1 in the question box if you can see the potential here, if you're excited about what Steve and I have been sharing here, because this is the future of e-commerce. And this is how the little guy, like you, like us, this is how we can get a decent slice of the pie. We're never going to compete with Jeff Bezos and Amazon, but we can do incredibly well with these super effective Kibo stores that we're building here, okay? And by the way, this is something we haven't spoken about, but you're building real assets that you can cash out on. So here you can see a couple of stores that we sold. One, we sold it for $921,000. We had an $880,000 deposit. Another store that we sold it for $544,000, $300,000 deposit. We can pump these things out. We can get them going, and then we can sell them if we want to. So, would 1% of 300? Let's say that top one there. Would 1% of $921,000 make a difference to your life? I think it would make a difference to most people's lives, right? That's a lot of money, $92,000. So even if you're only able to, $9,000, even if you're only able to make a fraction of what we're making there, then you can still see that you can make a huge amount of money from this. So the question that you might be asking is, can you really do this yourself? And the answer is yes. And the reason why is because it's a very, very systematic system, okay? And our students have had huge success with it, and we've been training them up on how to use this, and they've got some really quite astonishing results. So I shared some of these with you at the start. Now, imagine you could only do 10% of these numbers. Maybe instead of getting $56,000 a day, you could get $5,000 a day, or instead of getting a couple of $1,000s a week to start with, you could get a couple of $100s a week. That would still probably make a difference for a lot of people, okay? And you can absolutely do this. I mean, the success stories have been amazing. $23,293 in 1 week. This is from Maddie, who is part of our community. You can see him posting in our community there. He's got a 5.63% conversion rate. This is something we haven't spoken much about. But people come to these stores and they want to buy. So that's like 1 in 20 people buying. You get 20 visitors, 1 sale. And each sale is, in this case, is worth $80. Okay, so this is just one example. Check this one out. $31,000 in 1 day. This guy, Tom, completely new to e-commerce. He says, I just checked now. I have $31,267 in sales, about 45% profit. This is just recently. What about this one here? $7,400 in 9 hours. Today has been outstanding. I'm so buzzed. $7,400 today, 9 hours so far. I don't know how much this person ended up getting at the end of the day, but $7,400 in the first 9 hours is pretty impressive by anyone's count. $4,000 while I was asleep. How would you give me a 1 in the question box if you would be happy with $400 while you were sleeping? So imagine this: you go to sleep and you wake up in the morning and you've got $400 in your account. Well, this guy Julian has done 4,000. What a crazy day yesterday! And well, look at this: $6,000 in sales in a couple of days. So this is Noel. We've got Dan, who did 32 orders in 24 hours. I mean, if you average that each order is somewhere between $50 to $100, that's a decent chunk of change right there. $1,338 in sales with no ads. So Steve had been talking a little bit about how you can tap into the Google shopping platforms, and you can actually do it for free. And we teach you how to do that, and that's what Matt has done. So there's something here for everyone, regardless of your budget. And this is how regular people are able to get life-changing results, okay? Life-changing results. We've helped people from all corners of the globe, from all backgrounds, stay-at-home mums, people who've been laid off, people who are retired, people who speak English as a second language. It doesn't matter where you are, because you're tapping into a global e-commerce system here, okay? And we've helped probably someone who is in a very similar situation to you, and we've also helped people succeed who have come from some pretty tough backgrounds as well, with the odds stacked against them. Here you can see just a few more stories, and I won't spend too much time on these, but Mike, over $1 million in sales using our system. There's Brett in Australia, 62 years old. This is his retirement plan, and he's doing really well. Scott, $100,000 per month inside the first few months. And we want you to be our success story, and we are certain that you can do it. Guys, if you would like me to dive into some of the details of how our program all works right now, just give me a yes in the question box. I want to see at least half of you giving me a yes here, because I really want your permission to be able to dive into this. And remember, the question box is there for you to ask questions as well. So as I go through this stuff, I encourage you to ask us questions. Ask us questions so you can get all of your questions answered. And thank you to everyone who put that yes in there. We are so excited about sharing this opportunity with you, because we've seen what it's been able to do, how it's been able to transform the lives of other people over the past few months, people who have started this during the pandemic. That's the amazing thing here. So introducing now officially the Kibo code. It's a revolutionary and radically different system that we use to generate up to $76,000 per day. So in Japanese, Kibo means scale, and that is the name of the game here. We're talking about scale, speed, and simplicity. Okay, they are the three things that we're focusing on. Scale, meaning you can build a big business fast. Simplicity, it's simple, right? It's a simple system, and you can do it with speed. So being able to start from zero and hit $100 per day, and then scale to $1,000 per day, $2,500 per day, $10,000 a day, as quickly as possible. And everything that you need to get up and running and see success with this business model is included in the Kibo code. I'm going to go through each one of the different components now. The first is what we call Central Intelligence. This is our core 8-week training, which is designed specifically to help you fast track your results and get you to expert level, okay? This is an A to Z guide of each area of the system, showing you from start how to start from scratch and begin making money. We've got step-by-step videos, strategy manuals, live weekly trainings, mind maps, and much, much more. It's truly exhaustive with no stone left unturned. And you're going to see how you can turbocharge the setup so you can get up and running and even making money in as little as 48 hours. Now, get this. I know that there are some people on this workshop who, once they get their store online, within 48 hours of being live and having some products up there, even if you just do nothing, okay, it's going to sound crazy, but even if you just do nothing, you're going to get some sales, okay? It's going to happen. We know it'll happen because it happens all the the time. So this training, this expert training inside the component number 1, which is the central intelligence, is all delivered by us and our team of experts. And you're going to you're going to see how in a short space of time, you're going to become an expert at this as well. Component number 2 is StoreStorm. Now, StoreStorm is what gives you speed and execution. It's how you can build the perfect error-free store at the click of a mouse. Now, you may remember a few moments ago, I showed you how one of our different students, it was Matt's doing a 5.6% conversion rate on his store. One of the reasons he's able to do that is because he's using a tried and tested store system that we have really perfected, okay? And that's what you're going to be able to tap into. You're going to be able to convert your traffic into customers, okay? This is built on the back of hundreds of split tests, millions of visitors, and it's completely dialed in, and you're going to be able to tap into that, all of our experience, expertise, and infrastructure. Component number 3 is a really, really exciting one, and this is going to be the game changer for a lot of people. It's called Profit Vault, and it's how you can pinpoint the highest quality and most profitable products to sell from our gigantic in-house repository of over 3 million products and counting and growing every single day. So this is how you can get proven products served up to you so that you can sidestep that mind-numbing analysis. A lot of people in the past have got paralysis by analysis when they're trying to choose what they want to sell. Well, here we're just giving you a repository, and in fact, not only that, but we're actually highlighting the best products. So you can swoop in there, find these products, add them to your store at the click of a button, and then start selling them. So again, this is about speed and scale, and Profit Vault really delivers on that promise right there. Component number 4 is the traffic black box. So every last secret that we know about this lucrative shopping platform traffic is covered in this part of the training. We've got step-by-step action plans that will get you reeling in dozens of customers and hundreds of dollars every single day, even if you've failed miserably in the past, and even if you've struggled miserably in the past with traffic. This is how you can completely and permanently obliterate the old traffic hurdles. Give me a traffic in the question box. Type traffic in the question box. If you have struggled at some stage in the past to get traffic to a website or a store or anything like that, traffic has been the thorn in the side of many entrepreneurs. But one of the reasons that our students have got such amazing results, and really unlike anything I've seen online before, is because the traffic is solved, right? We've got this affordable traffic, incredibly targeted traffic that's typing in to Google and other places like that for products that we actually sell. So if the traffic is solved, if the traffic is targeted, then of course we're going to get sales, right? Okay, so a lot of people were typing in traffic there. And I mean, I can relate to that because I've had my fair share of traffic issues in the past as well, but this solves all of them. Component number 5 is Oracle X. This is more big shortcuts, custom-built tools to improve store performance, to help you make more money per visitor, increase credibility, user experience, and additional systems to accelerate profits and triple the rate at which you can build your business. These are going to save you huge amounts of money and also huge amounts of time. We've spent over 8 months and over $200,000 developing the different parts of Oracle X, and you'll be able to tap into them. Just this part of the training alone has got a value of $6,497. And then we've got this. This one thing here is a game changer. I can promise you that. We are giving you 3 unique hand-picked products to get you started. These are products that are all ready to go out of the box. These are products that we have personally vetted. They are genuine, proven, money-making products that are going to remove guesswork on your part. Now, remember, 3 products could make you $2,500 per day, right? And we are giving you 3 products. Even if you only start selling one of them, that could earn you hundreds of dollars per day. Okay, this is one of the ways that we are dramatically accelerating your success. It's a huge shortcut. It's something that we've had teams of people working on in the United States who are working in our warehouses, just going through, analyzing data, and getting products ready. If you're excited about this, type me in the question box. Yeah. This is huge, okay, and we can talk more about this later. And by the way, if you do have questions, of course, keep typing them in there, and we'll try to help you out there. And then component number 7 is the Kibo Academy. This is an exclusive members-only community and support desk. So here we've got multiple avenues of assistance. We can reply to a question that you may have, even if it's 2 a.m. in the morning. We've got support team, we've got coaches all around the world. This is manned not just 5 days a week, but 7 days a week. It's private, email-based system, and we are here to help you. Our coaches are amazing. We are really proud of our track record with helping our members, and I think that's one of the reasons why they've had such amazing results with what we're doing here as well. And as a member, you're also going to get a free all-access pass to our virtual live event recordings. So you're going to get 3 days of virtual event recordings with insider training, tactics, and strategies. You'll hear from experts, best-selling authors, industry experts, people that are going to be able to actually help you to build your business. So you're getting complete access to 3 days of actionable growth strategies. The value that you're getting with the Kibo code is huge. If you add up each of those individual components that we've covered here, it's $49,476. And I can promise you that this is incomparable to anything that you may have seen before. Hopefully, you are starting to see that this is very different to anything that you've seen ever online before, because we've been around doing this for the past 15 years, and we wanted to put together a program that really ticked all the boxes and that works in any climate. And the proof is in the pudding now, because we've seen how amazing this has been through one of the toughest economic situations that we've ever faced, okay? And the value is huge. So this is ultra comprehensive. Literally everything you need is being given to you. You can start making money using this system immediately, and anyone can do it. Even if you're only able to fit in 5 to 10 hours a week, you can make money with this. Look, if I told you right now that if I told you now that you could have success if you could just commit 1 hour per day to me, would you do it? Would you commit to that? Type yes in the question box if you would absolutely commit 1 hour per day if you knew that it was going to give you success and build you a successful business. I think that would be a pretty good trade, right? And that's exactly what you can actually do here. And if you become a Kibo Code member today, we've got a couple of exclusive bonuses. These are very limited, and you really must take action today to get these. The first is what we call Kibo Kickstart, and this is a big deal. This is 60 plus special training videos that I have personally filmed for you, and they are designed to accelerate your success, okay? So the Kibo Code core training is very tactical in nature, but the Kibo Kickstart series of over 60 videos is about how you can make more money in your Kibo business by leveraging the wealth habits and rituals of the world's wealthiest and most successful people. I feel like we've learned a lot about this over the years. Personally, in our business, we earn over $400,000 every single week right now, and we've learned a lot about what it takes to succeed, and that's what we're covering in Kibo Kickstart. So this goes beyond the tactics of building your business. It shares how to avoid damaging psychological pitfalls that keep people permanently trapped in a life of mediocrity. A lot of people are trapped in a life of mediocrity, and they don't know why they can't break out of it. Well, Kibo Kickstart gets into how you can get out of it, how to unlock simple success hacks, the secrets to rewiring your mind, how to tap into a toolbox of acceleration tactics, and much, much more. So the total value now, we've just added in the live event recordings and Kibo Kickstart into that. The value here is $52,473. This is huge. We've got absolutely everything that you could possibly need to succeed, and there's an extra special bonus as well. The second one is Kibo Talk. This is our special community. It's an amazing place. It's exclusively for Kibo Code members. You can interact with others. You can get direct help from your other members, and we're in here helping people every single day. This is a great place to hang out. It's a great place to get questions answered. People share so much information in here. We've got tens of thousands of posts in here. We've never, ever invited anyone into this out of the core group who came in at the start when we offered Kibo for the first time. And you are the first person that's going to be allowed in beyond that group. The value is huge. You're going to be able to learn from people who are making thousands of dollars per day with this system. So right now you can see the value here is tremendous, over $55,000. And look, This doesn't require any special experience. If you can read and write and watch, in fact, you don't even need to write. That's the amazing thing. You don't even need to write, okay? If you can just read and watch, then you're going to be able to push on and get results from this. We provide you the website, setup system, the tools, the instructions. We're even giving you 3 done-for-you products to get you hitting the ground running out of the gate and making it as push-button easy as it could possibly humanly be. All of the obstacles have been eliminated. There are no traffic issues, very low risk. It's virtually zero competition. The profit margins are high. You get rapid results. There are no supplier headaches. And just with a handful of products, 3 products, you'll be making $2,500 per day. I know some people in the question box earlier were typing, oh my God, it sounds too good to be true. Well, this is a reality, okay? This is a reality. It's the perfect opportunity for people who are struggling to make money online. It's the perfect opportunity for people who are looking for a realistic way to supplement their income during what is a very testing time around the world. Online business owners who are already making a lot of money, or even just not a lot of money, but some money, this is a great way that you can supplement that, diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. It only requires 5 to 10 hours per week. If you can commit that, then you can do this without having to disrupt your life. This is the biggest opportunity that I have ever seen online. And they do say that the biggest opportunities come in times of adversity. So while some businesses have absolutely tanked and are suffering, and it's really sad, others are flourishing. So this is your opportunity to get on the bandwagon with something that is working. Some people have been laid off, and others have had to, some businesses have had to hire hundreds of people. We have been actually upstaffing in our business so that we can keep up. And that is the trend that you need to be riding at the moment. That's the wave that you need to be riding. The reality is that this is potentially, the catalyst for massive success, this crisis we're all going through now, but it depends on if you do anything in your own life to allow you to harness that and to really get on the back of it. So we've spent 10 years helping thousands and thousands of people. So many people are succeeding with the system. I mentioned Kibo Talk, our community, to you a moment ago. I'm going to scroll through some pages here and just scan some of the results. $31,000 in one day, sales flying in, $1,000 at 68% margin, 7 days in a row, 5,000 this month so far, my first 7-order day, my first $650 day, over $6,000 in sales, first order shipped, over $1,000 last week. And look, it's quite amazing because you're seeing people who are making not just $10, $20 a day, but thousands of dollars a day. For a lot of these people, they had never made money online in the past. So they made their first dollar online. And we can help you do that as well. Okay, people are getting results, not just for the first time ever, but they're getting results faster than ever before. Okay, and look, I'm just scrolling through. There are literally hundreds of these. There's never been a better time to get involved in online business. There's never been a better time to get involved in e-commerce. Now is when the demand is spiking, and this is a system that you can use to provide good value to people who actually need products and also cash in by being the business owner. Okay, and here are just some more success stories here. So overall, I finished April with 823 orders, combining for $23,729 in sales. That's Adam, father of 4, who can see that he's going to be able to turn this into a 4-hour work week and give himself complete freedom to spend more time with his 4 kids and be a present dad, in times ahead. $13,000 in just a couple of months here. $13,000. This is someone that, thought it was that was scared coming in, right? They'd never seen success before. 8 to 12 orders per day, 232 orders, over $10,000 in sales. Look at this one here, 62 days straight with orders every single day, over $11,000. Look at this one here. This one, I love this one. This is Tracy. She said, that ding on my phone is addicting. So the thing that happens here is you can put this app on your phone. It's really fun. And every time you make a sale, it'll go ding, ding, ka-ching. It actually makes more like a ka-ching noise. And she's done that, and Tracy has been making great sales with this. And what I love is that with some of the money that she spent, she's actually got 2 new baby Boston Terriers, added them to the family, so that's pretty cool. Check this one out. This one here just warms my heart. This is from Mark, and he's been working on this with his son. So his son has been able to his son is 13 years old, and they've started building this business together. If you're someone who likes to work with a business partner, then this is something that you can absolutely do. And if you want to work on it with one of your kids, then and sort of show them what you're doing, then I think it's a fun thing to do as well. Their store made $1,300 in April. He's been able to use the Kibo code to teach his son about business, and that to him is worth more than any store profits. And then check this one out here. This is George. He's 15 years old. He partnered up with his dad. They've done $1,500 in sales in, I think there was 1 month, in just a few weeks. And he used some of his money to buy a new game for his computer. So pretty cool right there. And look at this one, $53,000 in sales, over 1,000 orders from Thomas. Adam here, this is working. I can do this. That's how he feels, $3,464. I think you get the picture. The proof is in the pudding here. This works for people of all ages, all around the world, and it can work for you too. It's something that can give you unlimited family time, a secure retirement. Steve spoke about feeling insecure. This can make you feel secure. It can make you feel happy. It can give you time freedom, geographic freedom, and of course, financial freedom, especially in these testing times. It can give your kids the opportunities that you never had, and it can really protect you from the economic downturn. But at the end of the day, it's giving you freedom, financial, location, and time freedom to live life on your terms. So what's it going to take now to join us? Would you like me to go over how you can actually join this right now? Give me a yes in the question box if you're ready for me to explain how you can go ahead and participate. Okay, yes, flying in, fantastic. Okay, so what's it going to take to join us? Firstly, the actual value of what you are receiving here is huge. So the core components come to over $39,000. The extras that we're throwing in come to an additional $16,000. The total value of the Kibo code is $55,970. This is unlike anything that exists on the web. This is more than a training program. It's a full start-to-finish system with help every step of the way. Now, there are 3 critical limitations, okay? We can only accept a small number of people into this. We took our first class of people in a few months ago. We have not opened this up. This is a private invite. You can't join this online. You can't go to our website online and join this. It's not open to the public. This is a private invite that we're doing here right now. The live training, where we're going to be guiding you through this week by week, we have a firm deadline on this, and it's going to be starting very, very soon. So you really need to get in. As soon as we have enough members in this intake, we will be starting. But we've got a fixed number of people that we can have, and as soon as those people are in, that's it. The doors will close, and we will get started, and we'll be guiding you through on this. Okay, so to recap here, you're getting the central intelligence training. You're getting Store Storm, so you can install the perfect store. You're getting the Profit Vault. This is our repository of millions of products, the Traffic Black Box Secrets, Oracle X, hand-picked products, so that you can bypass that headache. Kibo Academy, the live event recordings, Kibo Kicks Up. These are 60 different videos that I've personally filmed about the secrets of success. Kibo Talk, the amazing community where you're going to be able to hang out with your fellow Kibo members every single day. The value is huge. Now, if you bought all of the components separately, they'd cost you $55,970. And I believe that even though that wouldn't be affordable to most people, it would still be a good deal, because you'd be able to learn while you are actually earning, and you can earn that money back, the investment back, in a matter of months. Look at Tom, $31,000 in one day. Do you think he would have been happy paying $55,970? He would have been, because he made that in one day, $31,000. But look, obviously we're not going to ask you to invest that. That's beyond the means of pretty much everyone. You won't even pay half of that, $29,985. And you won't pay half of that, $13,992 either. $9,997. Look, if all this does is get you to the point where you're earning just 10% of what one of our tester site makes each month, so in other words, an extra income of $10,700 every month, would you be willing to invest $9,997 to get that? Hopefully you can see that that would be a really good deal at that price point, okay? But this is ridiculous value, and we're not going to ask you for $9,997. $4,997. If all this does is get you to the point where you're earning just 1% of what Adam, father of four, makes on his site every month. He makes $23,000 on his website every month. If you are able to do just 10% of that, $2,372 month after month after month after month after month, and if you knew that you would do that too, would you jump at this opportunity to invest in this and invest $4,997? Hopefully you would, because in the first couple of months you would make all of your investment back and you'd be growing your business. And that's if you did just a fraction, just 10% of what he's been able to do. And he's only been online for a couple of months, I might add. So this is growing very quickly. But we want this to be a no-brainer. So we are not going to ask you for $4,997. You can get complete access today for $3,497. In fact, you can get started for even less. You can see the link on the screen there. We've got two payment options. We've got the one payment of $3,497, and we've also got a four-part payment plan, 4 payments of $997. So most people take the one-part payment plan because that's got an instant discount built into it, okay? And guys, I've got a huge surprise for you in just a second, so make sure you listen to that. We've also got the 4 payment plan though as well, 4 payments of $997. If you want to take the split payment, that would be $997 today. You'll get full access to everything, okay? And then in 30 days time, you'll pay your second installment, and your third installment will come 30 days later, and then your fourth installment is after that. So look guys, we would love to have you with us. You can go to that link that you can see on the screen there. We'll get that in the chat box for you now. Go to thekibocode.com/Arnick, sign up. We would love to have you with us, and make the most of this opportunity. You've got zero risk, okay? You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee here. If you aren't seeing amazing results within 30 days, then we don't want your money. Okay, we want you to feel comfortable getting into this, especially with all the turmoil that's going on in the world. This is so fast and so easy to set up and so easy to get started with that we know that if you apply this, you can have this working for you within 30 days. You've got everything to gain and nothing to lose here. You've seen the amazing proof of our students, and there's no reason why you couldn't be next. We want your success story. Now, I'm going to say something in a second here which no one else does, okay? So brace yourself for this. In the meantime though, if you're ready to go ahead and jump in, just go ahead and do that and just keep listening while I'm saying this. Now you might be wondering, okay great, I'm 100% covered for the investment in the Kibo code, but what happens if I follow the training and I just can't get it to work? Get this is something no one does. We are offering you a double your money back guarantee as long as you follow every step of the training curriculum without deviation and actively use our support system and our tools and our resources. We guarantee to not only refund your purchase but double your money back if for some weird reason you're unable to make sales in your first 60 days. We know this can work, and we don't want anything to stop you from giving this a try. So that's why we're putting our money where our mouth is, and we're saying, look, we're not only just going to give you your money back if you change your mind inside of 30 days, but we've got a 60-day double your money back guarantee as well. You have absolutely zero risk. Zero risk. You've got only upside in jumping into this opportunity, okay? We want to change your life. We don't want anything to prevent you from giving this a try. We want you to feel comfortable and secure in jumping in here with us. So what you need to do right now is go to thekibocode.com/Arnick. You can jump in right now and you'll be part of this. Spaces are going to fill up fast. This is a private invite. They are only available to a certain number of people. We need you to jump in if you want to do this. Don't wait any longer. Sign up right now. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We may never open this to the public again, okay? We didn't even plan on opening it right now, but Arnick convinced us that he wanted, because of the results that he'd been seeing in his business, he wanted to be able to share this with everyone. So you've got everything to gain here, nothing to lose. It could change your life forever. So you need to go to that link right now. We will hit capacity, and when that happens, it will be sold out and you won't be able to get in. after that. By waiting just one more day to register, you risk letting someone else get your spot. You also risk letting a technical issue, life, or anything else get in your way. Okay? Once that registration period ends, that is it. No one else will be allowed in. So get in there right now. Now, if you're one of the first 30 people to jump in, and by the way, type in if you are in. Type 2 if you are in the process of getting in. And the reason I'm asking this is because I'm about to give you a fast 30 bonus. This is for the first 30 people that jump in. So, okay, if you are one of the first 30 people to jump in, okay, if you by the way, if you are in, type in. If you're in the process, type 2, okay. If you're one of the first 30 people to invest in the Kibo code on this live workshop, we will reward you with a special additional bonus tool, which is called the Profit Calculator. Now, I love this tool. It's a cool little tool that you can plug different numbers into, and it tells you exactly what you need to do to hit the number that you want to hit each month. It's a cool little tool that you'll be able to play around with and run different scenarios through. And if you're in the first 30 people, you will get this, okay? So you need to give me a 2 in the question box if you are in the process of getting in. Give me an in if you are already in. And there's another Fast 30 bonus, and that's to become a Kibo tester. This is by invite only. We obviously, because it's for a test group, we can't have everyone in this, but the first 30 people who do invest on this workshop will be invited to participate in a cutting-edge tool development program and get early access, first mover access to any new tools that we develop. So this is really cool. It's a chance to participate really genuinely at the cutting edge of what we're doing, okay? And again, we obviously can't offer that to everyone, but for the first 30 people here, we will make sure that you can get into that. So again, comment in or I'm in if you're in the chat box, or give us a 2 or in process if you are in process right now. I'm going to read out some of the names. I'm not going to be able to read out everyone because there are a lot of people here, but we've had Jacob, Gwen, Carol, Sarah, Ralph, Hazel, Keith, Rachel, James, Susan, Vahid, Miramar, Gary, Jack, Fergus, Cara, Jason, Melissa, Eva, Naomi, Anna, Sarah, Sam, Cami, Peter, Euphemia, Carlos, Peter, Sean, Ronald, Irena, Anthony, Michael, Trelise, Angela, Shailene, Sean, Christian, Megan, James, Dorian, Jeff, Crystal. Wow. And there are more. I've missed a lot of names. If I missed your name, don't worry, but please do make sure that you do get it in there, because what we do is we download a chat log after this, and we can use that to double check just to see that people have actually jumped in, okay? And then we can assign you manually to get these special bonuses. So what we're going to do, we do have a bit more to cover. We will take some common questions right now. And Steve, do you want to start working through those questions? And I know that before Anik was in the background wanting to jump in there as well, but in the meantime, maybe we could start going through a few of the questions there, Steve.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, obviously we've been fielding a lot of them behind the scenes, but just wanted to collect the ones that we thought made sense to answer for everyone. A lot of people worried, look, is this, asking in different ways, is this good for beginners? Absolutely. I was sort of trying to make that case. It's we think the easiest path for beginners to build their online business. So definitely it's perfect for beginners. Do you have to be a tech expert? People are asking different things about, do I have to know how to build websites and, figure out hosting and all that sort of stuff? You do not. We've got amazing tools that take care of, almost everything for you, and that which can't be done just automatically. We've got step-by-step, wonderful, just, paint by numbers, checklist sort of things to get you through everything. So you don't have to be a tech expert. People are really concerned about, well, how do I find suppliers and all? You don't need to find suppliers. We have all of that for you. Now, if you ultimately want to go find your own, of course you can, but that is not the path of least resistance. That's not going to get you results fast.
I will
so we've
not
got you
trust
covered.
these
We've got
guys.
millions of products and I don't even know how many suppliers that is. It's many, many, many suppliers. And you'll be able to just dip in there and pull out products without having to find suppliers. is there anything else to buy? Not from us. We try really hard to make sure that
we try to sell
we give
your
you
product.
99.9% of everything that you need, and we don't ever do upsells or anything like that. So you're talking about the domains, and that sort of thing, some Shopify charges, but you're talking tens of dollars of other things that you have to invest in. So don't.
Sorry to just jump in there. I wanted to update people. Right now there are 5 of those Fast 30 bonuses left. So just before too many more of those are gone, I want to ask people one more time. If you're still in the process, just give me a 2 in the question box. And as long as you do that right now, we will make sure that we tag your name next to one of those Fast 30 bonuses. Okay, I know that it takes a couple of minutes to process here. And I just want to do one more thing. I'm going to actually show you how you sign up here. And I know that Anik is keen to jump in here. He's got something pretty amazing that he wants to share with people. So just 1 second. I want to show you one real fast thing here. So I'll share my screen. So this here is the page that you're going to go to. You go to this link down here, thekibocode.com/Anik. It's going to take you to this page. You can see you've got your 30-day money-back guarantee. By the way, you do have the double your money-back guarantee as well. And then you've got the 2 different options. The vast majority of people will take this option because of the discount that's built into it. So there's nothing else to see here. You just need to come here, click on that green button, and you'll see that you can pay with credit cards. You can pay with PayPal if you want to. Enter your information down here. And then you're good to go. There's another reiteration here of the guarantee. Okay, so we stand by that. We know that you're going to be able to succeed with this as long as you commit to actually doing it. Put your information in, click pay now, and you'll be on the inside. It's as simple as that. So okay, so I can see that a whole bunch of 2s are flooding in. So people are still...
Mate,
okay,
it's not
guys,
worth it.
Once you finish jumping in, type I'm in just to confirm once you've done that. And Anik, thanks for waiting so patiently there. Do you want to chime in there now?
Yeah, I'm going to take the screen. I've got some pretty big news. So I was telling Aiden, I was like, let me in, because technically speaking, it already ran out. I was gonna limit this bonus for like the first 30 or 40 people, but I didn't even get a chance to tell you all about the amazing bonus package we've put together for you at Learn. Listen, this is such a powerful program. Okay, and I'm also going to... Okay, before I go over the bonus package, you guys want to see my results? I calculated while we were talking. I calculated my profit and everything. Do you want to see how my store is doing? It is so freaking cool. Type in yes if you want to see how my store is doing. All right? Type in yes if you want to see how my store is doing. Come on, I want to see a bunch of yeses pour in. Look at that. All right, Warren, Richard, Jeffrey, Belina, Alicia. All right, here's the deal. I just want you to understand something. I scaled the store really aggressively on purpose to show you and make a point. I don't anticipate you guys doing it like I did, okay? You would go in very slow, very steady. I went in super strong and hard and heavy, and I took the risk because I can, and I have the money, and I wanted to show you what's possible. So I want a little drum roll, because actually we hit a milestone during the webinar. It came in right during the webinar. So a little drum roll going. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my sale today. Boom, $2,200 almost, okay? Total sales I've done since yesterday, so I'll just go to yesterday, was $1,700. That was our first day. How do I can prove it to you right here. Let me hit refresh on this. So this is, you can tell my store was off, bam. I told you I took it live, and then boom, the next day. Now, I already know, so I did $2,200. First of all, how many of you think that's awesome? Type in wow. Type in wow if you think that's awesome. But I know the question you're asking in your head. I know the question. Anik, did you make any profit? Because I went aggressive. Here's the crazy part. On day 2 of a business I built over the weekend with the same support that you get from the Kibo team. Same support. Today was $800 in profit. This is after my ad cost, product cost, everything. Now, do I expect you to go spend that kind of money on ads on day 1? Absolutely not. But listen, I went and I accelerated it so you could see day 2 of my brand new business, and I had $800 in profit. I can tell you right now, I have not done that before ever in any other business. And now all of a sudden, I am really eyes open. And okay. So let me ask you a question, guys. Type in yes if that is something that is incredibly that impresses you, that excites you. Type in yes if that excites you. Go ahead, type in yes right now. Do it. We got yeses: James, Benson, Antalya, Francis, Alicia, Yassine, Joyce, Mark. So if you're sitting on the fence right now, I'm telling you, the URL is in the chat, okay? It's thekibocode.com/Anik, A-N-I-K. I don't know what you're doing. Here. Well, let me put the URL up. And then I want to show you, I got $22,000 worth of bonuses that I put together for you guys. I don't have the URL, but it's in the chat box, all right? I'm trying to get it so I can put it up for you. All right. So this, I'm going to keep scaling it. So tomorrow, I'm going to reveal to you how tomorrow does. The next day, I'm going to reveal to you how it does. But that's $800 in profit today, right? And I'm selling, it's about 4 different products, of which 2 of them are the main ones. And I will, in a future session together, I'll reveal to you that as well. I'll show you the whole thing. All right? But $2,100, right live in front of you. $2,100 today. That's $800, and the day's not done. We still got time, which is amazing. So that means I'm going to make more. Okay, how many of you want my bonus? You want my bonus? Let me tell you right now what URL to go to. I want you to type in KiboBonus.com. It's in the chat box there too. KiboBonus.com. Now, if you already joined, guess what? Congratulations, you lucked out, because I was going to limit this, but I did not want to interrupt Steve and Aiden. But if you already joined, you're lucky. You're in. All right, let me actually just type this out so that you guys can all go to the bonus page and follow alongside of me. Whoa, what the heck just happened? All right, one sec here. Let me just make that even bigger. All right, KiboBonus.com. I'm just going to compress this here. Guys, one second. Just trying to make it so I could show you the bonus URL and the page. Okay, so here we go. KiboBonus.com. All right, when you go to KiboBonus.com, you'll see that we've thrown in a ridiculous amount of bonuses that you get for absolutely free just for joining today. Number 1, we're going to give you what we call the 3-month coaching extension. They're already providing you with 3 months worth of support. Guess what? When their 3 months ends, our 3 months begins. When their 3 months ends, ours begins with 7-figure coaches. We are doing this specifically. Sorry, you're getting 8 weeks of Central Intelligence coaching with Kibo. We will throw in an additional 3 months for free that we will pay for. Bonus number 2, we have determined 100 products. We went in and did all the research for 100 products that we're giving to you. All right? But I want right now, if you're on the fence, guys, I just showed it to you. I showed you that I just started the store. I'm doing it alongside of you. It works. If you're on the fence, you got to move right now. Go to this URL. Don't sit around and wait, because I'm going to run out of bonus spots. So we've already done all the research. In addition to all of the products that you get from the Kibo team, we are going to give you 100 more products as well. Then bonus number 3, from $0 to $140,000 masterclass. We're going to show you an amazing session we did with a Kibo student out of Argentina that in 10 weeks went from $0 to $140,000. He's going to reveal everything, exactly how he did it. All right, then we have your done-for-you customer management scripts. We've already written all of the copy and paste scripts that you need so that your customer support, like when someone, get them to buy more products. Like when someone buys one, we'll give you how to upgrade them. When someone asks about shipping, use the script. When someone asks about a